Bethpage Black didn't just host a golf match, it erupted into chaos. What began as a fierce battleground quickly turned into a full-blown circus, and somehow, Scottie Scheffler ended up right in the middle of it all.
My emotions yesterday afternoon when the matches ended, I think it's hard to put into words how much it hurts to lose all 4 matches, to have the trust of my captain and my teammates to go out there and play all 4 matches and lose all 4.
Europe may have won, but that wasn't the biggest shock. The real surprise came after the trophy ceremony, when the world's top golfer grabbed the mic and made a confession no one expected. What did Scottie Scheffler say, and why did it shake the entire golf world? From the very first swing, this didn't feel like normal golf. It was chaos. Friday and Saturday were wild, but once Europe started pulling ahead, the energy turned ugly. The crowd went from cheering to mocking in seconds. Social media exploded with videos of fans heckling Rory McIlroy mid-swing, booing European caddies, and chanting like it was a college football riot, not the Ryder Cup. By Saturday afternoon, things reached a breaking point. Sky Sports even caught a harsh chant on camera that spread online fast, showing this crowd wasn't just passionate, it was hostile. And the chaos didn't stop in the stands. It spilled onto the course. European players looked rattled. The Americans looked tense. By Sunday, the line between home support and outright hostility had completely disappeared. When Europe finally lifted the trophy, it should have been a moment of glory. Instead, it felt dark and uncomfortable, with us fans booing through the ceremony. What was supposed to be a proud home event turned into a PR disaster for the PGA. The Ryder Cup is built on rivalry and passion, but this felt different. This was uncontrolled mayhem. And right at the center of it all was Scottie Scheffler, the world #1, Team USA's leader. Instead of dominating, he started the week with 3 straight losses. By Saturday night, the story had flipped. The best golfer in the world couldn't catch a break. Analysts criticized every missed putt, every awkward pairing, every sign that his confidence was slipping. So what was this, true passion or pure madness? Did the Bethpage crowd go too far, or is this chaos exactly what makes the Ryder Cup so unforgettable? Share your thoughts in the comments. When Europe locked in the win on Sunday, Scottie Scheffler didn't run from it. He stepped in front of the cameras and spoke honestly. His words weren't loud, but they hit hard. He called it one of the lowest moments of his career, saying he felt like he had let down his teammates, the fans, and himself. He repeated the same message later in a heartfelt Instagram post. That level of honesty shocked everyone. What followed was something golf rarely sees: raw emotion from one of its calmest stars. Headlines exploded online. No, Scheffler wasn't quitting, and he wasn't blaming the fans. What he offered instead was something more powerful: honesty. He promised to come back stronger, but his tone said everything. This was a man clearly broken in the moment. In a sport built on control, seeing the world's #1 struggle so openly hit hard. Was this just a bad weekend, or the start of something deeper? If Saturday was intense, one moment turned it into a full scandal. As Rory McIlroy finished his 4-ball match, a beer cup was thrown from the crowd. It landed near his wife, Erica, splashing her. The incident was caught on camera and spread online within minutes. Rory stopped, turned around, and checked on her, shock written all over his face. In that moment, the event's image collapsed. This wasn't playful trash talk, it was clear disrespect, recorded for the world to see. Social media erupted, with many calling the behavior disgraceful and demanding lifetime bans. Rory himself spoke out, calling the crowd toxic and pushing for better security. Team Europe captain Luke Donald said the fans had crossed the line. Even golf legends like Tom Watson apologized publicly, calling the behavior shameful. By Sunday, that beer-throwing moment became the symbol of the chaos at Beth. It dominated headlines, talk shows, and debates about alcohol and fan behavior in golf. Was it one careless fan, or a crowd that lost control? At that point, it didn't matter. The damage was done. That image is now part of golf history. This Ryder Cup won't be remembered for great shots or heroic putts, but for a drink thrown in anger. What was once a tournament built on respect turned into one of golf's biggest public embarrassments, and the chaos wasn't over. Saturday afternoon felt less like golf and more like a fight promo. Players and caddies were shouting at each other, tension boiling over. Bryson DeChambeau went chest to chest with Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood, with caddies stepping in as cameras captured every second. It started on the 15th hole, where frustration finally exploded. Fans surrounded them, phones raised, recording everything. Within minutes, the clips flooded social media. Some analysts tried to call it competitive fire, but the images told a different story. Team USA looked overwhelmed, while Europe stayed calm and focused. Even in Scheffler's group, reports came out of heated words as tempers reached their breaking point. Scheffler summed it up perfectly. Yes, the Ryder Cup is always emotional, but this felt like a soap opera with golf clubs instead of actors. By Sunday morning, the drama had gone viral. Screenshots were everywhere, with captions like "Tell me you're American without telling me." Golf Twitter went crazy. Bryson DeChambeau's temper turned into the meme of the weekend, and what should have been a great tournament became pure entertainment chaos. The player and caddy confrontation only added to it. It showed that the madness wasn't just in the crowd, it had spilled onto the course. Credit to Scheffler for staying honest through it all. But the big question remains, was this just a bad stretch, or the start of a bigger breakdown for the world's number one? When Europe lifted the trophy, the chaos didn't stop, it grew. Media outlets published opinion pieces, fans were angry, crowd behavior was trending, and calls for better security spread across the sport. The Guardian criticized the fans, while Golf 365 slammed the U.S. side with a harsh recap of the weekend. Even American talk shows turned it into a national debate, arguing about crowd noise and broadcast control like it was a political issue, not golf. Social media only made things worse. Fans broke down the beer-throwing incident frame by frame. Memes mocked us supporters, and influencers demanded lifetime bans. Ryder Cup legends like Tom Watson apologized publicly, saying they were embarrassed by what happened on home soil. Organizers responded with reviews and promises of change, but by then, the damage was already done. Instead of celebrating great golf, everyone was talking about chaos, weak security, alcohol limits, and whether the Ryder Cup had gone too far. In the end, the story wasn't Europe's win, it was America's collapse. Bethpage became an example of how passion can cross the line and hurt the sport it's meant to support. The global headline wasn't Europe wins, it was golf embarrassed. So where does the sport go from here? For Scottie Scheffler, the answer was simple. No big speech, no excuses, just honesty. He admitted it was a failure, a tough lesson, and something he would carry with him. He promised to come back stronger. For Team USA fans, that quiet promise became the next hope. But the issues go deeper than missed shots. Team pairings failed. Leadership looked uncertain. Analysts are already talking about captain changes before the 2027 Ryder Cup in Ireland. Behind the scenes, talk of a full culture reset is growing louder. Both the PGA and DP World Tour are under pressure to control crowds and set clear limits before another event turns into a viral mess. Golf now faces a choice: embrace the chaos or protect the respect that built the game. Trying to do both may tear it apart. For now, Scheffler's quiet reflection and Europe's champagne celebration close the book on a Ryder Cup remembered not for great shots but for anger, alcohol, and disorder. Europe left with the trophy. America left with regret. But the real question remains, who truly lost this Ryder Cup, the players, the fans, or the game itself?